Calaroga Shark Media. Hello and welcome to Murder Weekly. This episode is titled The Icy Heart of Chicago, a Millennium Park Murder.
In the heart of Chicago, under the glimmering lights of the giant metallic bean in Millennium Park, the festive spirit of Christmas was in full swing. The air was filled with the sweet aroma of roasted chestnuts and the sound of laughter from the ice skating rink. But this holiday cheer was about to be cut short by a chilling event. Ava Martinez, a young and ambitious journalist, decided to take a break from her hectic schedule to enjoy an evening of ice skating. As she glided across the ice, her attention was drawn to a commotion near the edge of the rink. A crowd had gathered around something, or someone, lying on the ground. Pushing through, Ava's heart sank as she saw the lifeless body of a man, his festive sweater soaked in blood. The man was identified as Eric Thompson, a well-known local entrepreneur. He was lying beside a discarded Chicago dog, its mustard and relish a stark contrast to the grim scene. The police arrived swiftly, cordoning off the area and beginning their investigation. Ava, with her reporter's instinct, started to gather information. She learned that Eric was a regular at the ice rink and had been seen arguing with a mysterious figure earlier that evening. This led her to the nearby aquarium, where Eric had organized a charity Christmas event the night before. There, she spoke to various attendees who painted a picture of Eric as a man with many friends but also several enemies. Among the suspects were Jenna, Eric's ex-girlfriend, who felt betrayed after their recent breakup; Mark, a business rival who envied Eric's success and was seen having a heated exchange with him at the aquarium; and Lisa, a co-worker who believed Eric had stolen her ideas and was taking credit for her work. Ava found Jenna sitting alone on a bench near the rink, her shoulders shaking with sobs. As she approached, Jenna looked up, her face streaked with tears. "What happened, Jenna?" Ava asked gently, taking a seat beside her. Jenna sniffled, wiping her eyes. I just realized how horrible I've been, especially to Lisa. And now, with everything, I feel so guilty." Ava, a journalist, not a cop, decided to let the woman grieve. She could always circle back. As Ava delved deeper into the case, she uncovered a web of jealousy, betrayal, and deceit. Each suspect had a motive, but it was the discovery of a series of threatening emails sent to Eric that turned the case on its head. Ava approached Lisa, Eric's close colleague, in a quiet corner of a bustling Christmas market near the ice skating rink in Millennium Park. The air was filled with the scent of spiced cider and roasting chestnuts, contrasting sharply with the grim nature of their conversation. "Lisa, do you have a moment?" Ava asked, her breath forming small clouds in the chilly air. Lisa, a woman with sharp features and a no-nonsense demeanor, nodded curtly. "Sure, Ava. What's this about?" "I'm looking into the emails Eric received before his death," Ava began, noting Lisa's immediate shift in body language, a subtle tensing of her shoulders. "Emails?" Lisa echoed, her voice tinged with a feigned ignorance that didn't escape Ava's notice. "Yes, threatening ones. Eric was quite disturbed by them," Ava continued, watching Lisa's reactions closely. "I was hoping you might have some insight." Lisa glanced around as if ensuring they weren't overheard. "Look, Ava, Eric was a good guy, but he had his issues. Maybe he got mixed up in something he shouldn't have." Ava sensed evasion. "Are you saying these emails might be personal rather than professional?" Lisa hesitated, then offered a shrug. "I don't know, but I do know that Eric had some heated arguments with Mark Simmons over business deals. Maybe start there." Ava took note of Lisa's guarded demeanor. Thank you, Lisa. If you remember anything else, please let me know. As Ava walked away, she mulled over the conversation. Lisa had deflected, pointing her towards Mark, yet her body language suggested she knew more than she was letting on. The mystery was deepening, and Ava felt the pieces of the puzzle were just out of reach. Ava found Mark Simmons at the Shed Aquarium, standing alone near the coral reef exhibit. The festive decorations around the aquarium cast colorful reflections on the glass, making the scene almost surreal. Mark, a tall man with an air of confidence, turned as Ava approached. "Mr. Simmons, I'm Ava Martinez from the Chicago Daily," she introduced herself, extending her hand. "May I have a moment of your time?" Mark shook her hand firmly, a hint of curiosity in his eyes. "Of course, Miss Martinez, what can I do for you?" Ava didn't waste time. "I'm investigating a series of threatening emails received by Eric Thompson. Apparently there's some competition between your businesses?" Mark raised an eyebrow, a wry smile playing on his lips. "Eric sent you my way, did he? I'm not surprised. But let me be clear, any competition between us is strictly professional." Ava noted his calm demeanor. "So, you're saying you have nothing to do with these emails?" "Absolutely not," Mark replied. "Eric and I might be rivals in business, but I play fair. I have no need to resort to threats." "Then how do you explain the tension between you two?" Ava pressed, sensing there was more to the story. Mark sighed, his gaze drifting to the vibrant fish swimming behind the glass. "Business can get heated, Miss Martinez. We're both passionate about what we do, and sometimes that passion leads to clashes. But I assure you it's nothing more than that." Ava wasn't entirely convinced. "And where were you last night, if you don't mind my asking?" Mark's expression didn't change. "I was here, at a fundraising event for marine conservation." "Thank you for your time, Mr. Simmons," Ava said, still doubtful. "I may need to follow up later." As Ava walked away, she pondered Mark's words. He seemed too composed, too ready with an alibi. The mystery of the threatening emails was deepening, and Ava knew she was only scratching the surface of a much larger story. The break in the case came unexpectedly. While revisiting the scene at the ice rink, Ava noticed a small, overlooked detail. A unique charm from a bracelet near the discarded Chicago dog. Recalling seeing a similar bracelet on Lisa during her interview, Ava's suspicions grew. Ava brought this information to Detective Gonzalez, who had been leading the investigation. Together, they confronted Lisa, who, under pressure, confessed to the crime. Overcome with rage and feeling undervalued and exploited by Eric, she had confronted him at the ice rink. The argument escalated, and in a moment of uncontrolled anger, she pushed him, causing him to hit his head fatally on the ice. The revelation of Lisa's guilt sent shockwaves through the community. The Christmas spirit was dampened by the tragedy, reminding everyone that beneath the surface of holiday joy, darker emotions can lurk. Ava's story on the murder at Millennium Park made headlines, not just for its sensational nature, but for the deeper message it conveyed about the human psyche. As the city mourned Eric's untimely death, the ice skating rink by the Bean, once a symbol of festive joy, now stood as a solemn reminder of the night when Christmas cheer turned into a Christmas nightmare.
Murder Weekly is a Calaroga Shark media production, written and hosted by Aidan I. Flanagan, produced by Mark Francis, executive producers Mark Francis and John McDermott. Calaroga Shark Media.